extra, read all about it. Get your copies while they last. Stop the presses.
And now for something completely different.
Are you ready for a little truth? Are we not entertained? Wisdom is the proper use of knowledge and experience. There are no safe spaces here. The truth shall make you free. It's showtime! So you want the truth, but can you handle the truth? Well, here's another fine mess you've gotten us into. Now that's entertainment. Enlighten me a little. What you say is quite logical. And what did we learn? Prepare yourself for a little sensory overload. I came here for the truth. 7 years ago. Stand by the roll show intro. Roll show intro in 3, 2, 1, go.
This is the Craig L. Hayes Show.
Hello, America, family, friends, and listeners all around this planet we call home. This is the Craig L. Hayes Show. I am Craig L. Hayes. Today's date is in December. I almost said November. December 5th, 2024. And the hits just keep coming all over the place from every source of media against the president-elect of the United States, who won a overall landslide majority of everything. They still want to fight him. Not to be unexpected. Let's be honest, people. Let's be very honest. President Trump was reelected to clean out the swamp, the establishment, the whatever you want to call it. It's the disgusting fourth branch of government. You know, this he was elected that by the people. The people said enough of this crap, enough. And they keep coming, and they're not going to stop fighting him. We have to continue supporting him. That's our job. Our job is to take and make sure that these scumbags called the establishment, called the Democrat Party mainly, and rhino Republicans, and all those people who work within the federal government and those people who are the elites within the government are put out to pasture, shoved out the door, told to go work in the private sector and see how much they can accomplish there. Because everything they've done so far within the federal government has done nothing but violate our rights, our liberties, our freedoms. And then they call us the crazies. Yeah, shove it. You all can go to hell. It's time to stop the crap. Stand up to these people. Get your voice heard, and make sure that your senators and Congress and everybody else understand the people have made a decision. The 100-year experiment, I should say the 100-plus year experiment of progressivism, liberalism, anti-constitutionalism, anti-Americanism that started during the Woodrow Wilson era, continued through the Franklin Delano Roosevelt, into the, who was the next bad president? Oh, the John F. Kennedy with Vietnam, and by executive order establishing a federal employees union, which needs to be by executive order destroyed, written off, and changed by President Trump. And then we go into Johnson and his Great Society, which did nothing but finish off destroying this country. And then we have these crappy presidents called Nixon, who was horrible, destroyed us by taking and letting China be who they are. Then you have, let me see, let's go on to Carter, absolutely one of the worst presidents until Joe Biden came along. Then Joe Biden became the absolute worst. But then you have Barack Obama and Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton sold missile ICBM weapons technology to China. So I don't want to hear about how great the economy was when he gave our enemy the ability to drop multiple nuclear weapons on our nation. You see, you don't get distracted by the so-called media out there. Do not get distracted by people who sit there and go, well, as long as I can watch my football and have my beer and have my pickup truck or whatever they want to talk about, I don't really care what goes on in the world. Oh, you will when your city goes into a glowing mushroom cloud because of presidents like Bill Clinton, Barack Obama. Barack Obama giving so much money to a nation that wants to have nuclear weapons and use them on America and Israel. Iran, okay? Iran. Making sure they had plenty of money, giving them hundreds of billions of dollars. And then we got this dim-witted, perverted, child molesting pedophile, whatever you want to call Joe Biden, who's in there and on the brink of Iran being overthrown by the people because their economy was in collapse because of what Donald Trump had done to them. Joe Biden goes in there and rescues Iran and gives them hundreds of billions of dollars to resuscitate those crazy, lunatic, satanic, Islamic mullahs so that they could take and start the war in Israel by arming Hamas and Hezbollah. See, these people are disgusting. They're Democrats, almost every single one of them. They're disgusting. And they have no problem with doing everything they can to damage this nation as long as it means the global elites, you know, the type of people who go to the World Economic Forum, who believe in the NWO, as they would call it, the New World Order. It's not the New World Order. It's called the Nazi World Order, Fourth Reich. That's what they want. Yeah, I'm a little annoyed today. I'm so tired of the people who claim to be Americans, Democrats, that love this country. They don't. Trying to say they're trying to help it. They're not. That all they want to do is tear it down, destroy it, and turn it into a socialist utopia by using the philosophies of Karl Marx, whose philosophies are the most evil man has ever seen in this world. The most evil political philosophies. And yet Democrats embrace it. Isn't that interesting? How do we stop it? We only stop it by being involved. Don't let your voice be silenced on big media. Don't let the YouTubers, don't let any of these people silence you. We now have a platform. Thank heavens for Elon Musk, who knew that freedom of speech needed to be protected, and he bought Twitter and turned it into X so people could say what they wanted as long as it wasn't illegal, as long as they weren't showing child porn or using threats of violence against other people. You could say whatever you want, and still the Democrats want to silence that. Why do the Democrats always want to silence people? We made a big mistake in 1865 after the Democrats had lost the Civil War, and please believe me, it's the Civil War by the Democrats. The Democrats are the party of slavery. The Democrats are the party of segregation, the party of denying people the freedom to be voting, both black people and women. They fought against both those things. They fought against blacks having citizenship. They fought against all these different things. And then they have the gall to say they're the party of civil rights. Well, you people are not the party of civil rights. You people are the party of slavery. And anything you can do to make sure that the people who have come over to your party stay on the plantation, using that as a slavery term. Yes, the Democrat Party is the plantation. It is the party that is so disgusting that it needed to be in 1865 dismantled and disallowed. 1865, because of the Democrats rebelling against the Union, their party needed to be dismantled. And the philosophy that they were following as far as slavery, the people who wanted to promote that needed to be imprisoned. Then we probably wouldn't have all these problems we have today. And then from slavery, they wanted to embrace Marxism. Karl Marx. This is where they go, because Marxism is totalitarianism, which is a few people at the top controlling or enslaving. See how we keep going back to this. The Democrat Party loves slavery. They love slavery. Yeah, I sound a little annoyed, and I am. I'm tired of stupid people supporting a party that does nothing but want to destroy their lives. That's what I'm tired of. And then those people who want to destroy this nation, who embrace socialism, Marxism, communism, totalitarianism, fascism, progressivism, all the isms of enslavement and government control, telling us, the people who want nothing more than the rule of law being followed and the Constitution being adhered to, and the government being shrunk down and out of our lives because it has gotten too big and it is unconstitutional, 90% of the stuff they do. We're told that we're the ones that are trying to destroy the nation because we want to shut down parts of the government that are unconstitutional. See how they lie, see how they deceive, see how they use words to change the meaning of truth. We cannot allow them to stop the MAGA movement. We cannot allow them to tell the American people, all 76 million of us, 77 million of us that voted for Donald Trump, and they're legit votes, not like the 81 million that Joe Biden got. You know, that 17 million, they still can't find out who they were. I'll tell you exactly who they are. Ballot stuffing, lies, deception, Democrat. We can't allow them to try to stop it. They're going to try. They're going to do everything they can to stop this, because that means the end of their power and ability to enslave America. Don't you get this, people? Don't you understand this? The MAGA movement is to get government out of your lives, put more of your money. It's not the Democrat Party's money. It's not that when they put taxation in there, it is not the government's money. Nothing in this union, this state, this nation, whatever you want to call it, nothing that the people earn is the government's, whether it's the federal, state, or local. This is what I'm talking about, the 100-year experiment that is a failure that has enslaved the people into believing that the government has rights to your money. No, they don't. They did not earn it. You earned it. Taxation, taxes. And Democrats getting out there and say people need to pay their fair share. People need to pay what they should. How about everybody pay? If that's what if that's what it is, then let's make sure everybody pays. Let's make sure everybody pays the same percentage. I don't care if you earn $1, and I don't care if you earn $100 billion a year. It should be the same percentage. If that's where we want to go, and I don't want to go there because taxation is slavery. That is government or other people deciding and having a claim to your money, to your labor. See, slavery is somebody having a claim to your labor. Now, if you're an actual slave, it's 100%. Isn't it interesting back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and that the government run by the Democrat Party, basically, because Republicans just could not get their crap together and stop the Democrats, that the Democrats instituted a 90% top rate or tier for the wealthy. 90%. Okay, what percentage of your income defines you as being a slave? If 100% defines you as a slave, 90%, shouldn't that define you as a slave? How about let's go down to 20%. Now, if you have to pay 20% of taxes and your labor, 20% of your labor's sweat, your labor, your blood, sweat, tears, whatever you want to call it, not the group, is claimed by the government, are you still a slave? Yes, you are. If the government says 5%, I was talking about 5%, how about we all pay 5%? Are you still a slave to the government at 5%? You are absolutely a slave to the government, even if it's at 5%. See where I'm going with this? How about 1%? Yes. 0.5%? Yes. You're still a slave to the government. And here's how you work it. Can you be just a little bit pregnant? If you're a slave, you're a slave, no matter what the percentage is. If you're pregnant, you can't be 90% pregnant, 10% pregnant, 5%, or 1% pregnant. You're either pregnant or you're not. You're either a slave or you're not. And the Democrats always want more and more taxes. See what they do? They are still the party of slavery. Get it through your thick heads, people. They are the party of slavery. When will you quit listening to them and thinking that what they're doing has any kind of moral value? They have no moral value to this nation or to the national discussion. They are the party of slavery and murdering unborn children. We have to stop them. We have to take and show the people that are in that party that aren't the lunatics that just have voted Democrat because, their families always voted Democrat and their friends have voted Democrat. So, I'm just going to keep voting Democrat. We got to get those people. We got to stop them. We got to stop them from going along with such a stupid, evil ideology by pointing out what? The truth. How do we get them the truth? Well, Elon Musk has helped us by getting Twitter out there so people can actually push the truth. That's why the Democrats hate it. They hate Truth Social. President Trump's media platform where you can say whatever you want. He doesn't care who's on there as long as what you're saying isn't illegal, just like Twitter. Just like Twitter. Say what you want, believe what you want, put it out there, do what you want. Just don't threaten other people, don't put child porn, don't do this and that, a couple little conditions on it. But they don't deplatform you because you have a disagreeing opinion with the idiots that run government, especially the FBI, which is nothing more than the Democrat Party Gestapo. So, get out there and make your voice heard. You don't have to use YouTube. I do use YouTube because it has a bigger footprint. I'm trying to get onto Rumble, Spotify, and others. It takes time to get onto these things. I never realized how much work it takes to get onto all these different places and have to go through their processes. Holy cow. But anyhow, that being said, make your voice heard. Democrats hate free speech. They detest anybody that speaks out against them and has a good, logical, rational, reasoned argument, because they have none. Nothing in their ideology is logical, rational, or truthful. Do you want freedom or do you want enslavement? That's your choices today, people. Do you want to keep going along with the evil Democrat Party, or do you want to at least try to go along and go back to the Constitution? Do we let the bureaucracy keep expanding and growing, the 2.5 million people who are interfering in your life? Or do we shut that down and we fire probably about, about 1.5 million of them? I think we should fire about 1.5 million federal workers right now. And those 85,000 IRS agents that Biden wanted to put in there, we fire them right off the bat. Say, never mind, you're all fired. Then we go through there and we start firing people who have used their position to interfere with people's free speech. Yeah, this is coming, people. President Trump is going to take and do some house cleaning, and we need to support him. We need to stand with him. We need to fight with him. We need to get our voices heard. We need to take and make sure those idiots back in Washington, D.C. understand that we're serious about this time, and especially the Republicans. You coward, rhino pieces of garbage. You better fall in line, and you better support President Trump. You're the ones I have the most disdain for and contempt for. I know the Democrat Party's evil. I know the Democrat Party will fight against America. I know that. Why are you working with them? Why are you supporting them? Why do you lock arms with them and march down the street with them? Unbelievable. Get with the program, people. Get with the program. Get in support of our president. Get this done, because freedom is on the line. I am so thankful to God for blessing us one more time with a miracle of getting President Trump another chance. Now, he's helped us. Now it's up to us. He steps in once in a while and he gives us a hand. He saved Washington in New York and made it so Washington's army didn't get destroyed by the British by rolling in some fog. After that, it was up to Washington to figure out how to beat the British. President Trump was saved from an assassin's bullet by the grace of God. Now it's up to us to do some fighting with him for America. God is giving us chances. God is giving us opportunities. God is helping us, but He's not going to do everything. He gives us a little bit so that we can take and have an opportunity to show Him that we care about this country too. Get in the fight, people. Get your voice heard. Get out there and stop these evil people in Washington, D.C. Make Washington, D.C. and all those areas around it the poorest place on the planet by making the people who work in Washington, D.C. unemployed. The tide has turned. The experiment of liberalism is a failure, an absolute failure that the Democrats continue to embrace. They are evil. Liberalism, progressivism, Marxism is a failure and evil. Evil seeks its own level, and it seeks justification for being evil. There you go. There's the show for now. I have other thoughts, but those thoughts will come later. Until then, remember this.
This is the Craig L. Hayes Show.